This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we are so excited to have Dwight. Ladies, let me tell you, I actually met Dwight 3 years ago when I was getting ready to do a youth leadership conference. And he inspired me to give up my 9 to 5 and go for my dreams. And so when I thought about what can we do to recap our weekend, there's nobody better than I thought than Dwight. And so Dwight is not only a dear friend of mine, but he is an encouragement expert. Because of his genuine heart, he has served not only his community, but his love and passion is for helping others. He's been in TED Talks. Yes. He's been an Amazon #1 seller. And, he's been endorsed by the legendary motivational speaker, Les Brown. And in 2017, in Sacramento Kings, named him the Junior NBA Coach of the Year. Now, I would love to continue, but we're really so excited. So just know, I'm going to be sending out his bio. He's freaking phenomenal. He always talks about how can we dominate our day. And so, Mr. Dwight, take it away. We're so excited.
Thank you so much, my friend, for that phenomenal, for that amazing. Ladies, I put words together, phenomenal, amazing, right? And so, phenomenal, amazing, yes. And that's something that hopefully by the end of this time with you all, you'll be able to remember it because you all are phenomenal. You all are amazing. And we're going to put those words together from now on and just call it phenomenal, amazing. So thank you so much for that intro. One of the things that I like to share before I even get started is one of the things that's most important to me, which is I am a husband of one and I'm a father of three, and my life is centered around my kids. My oldest son, Dwight Jr., is 18. My youngest son is 17, and my beautiful baby girl is 9 years old. And so I'm just excited about the fact that I get to be a husband as well as a father, and it's a phenomenal, amazing opportunity for me. So we're going to jump right into this. I'm not going to waste any of you all's time. What I know about time is that we don't get it back. So I'm not about wasting it. I'm not about saving it. I'm not about spending it, but I am about investing it. And so that's what I'm going to do this morning. I'm going to invest my time wisely into you all. And here's my goal. My goal is to give you some great information that can lead to transformation, right? And I know that information plus application equals transformation. Feel free to write that down. It's a great formula. Information plus application always equals transformation. So my goal is to give you some information real quick. My hope is that one day I can come and do a training or a workshop to unpack what we're going to talk about. But information plus application equals transformation. So the first bit of information that I want to share with you all today is I need you to write down 3 words. Number 1, builds, builds. And I didn't spell that because you don't know how to spell it. I spelled that to make sure that I'm clear. builds, builds. Number 2, adversity. And number 3, character. Now, for you all, those words individually might have some type of meaning. For me, individually, they do have meaning. But here's what I know, that in order for our words to have massive meaning, we have to make sure that our words are put in the right position, right? And in my book, Dominate Your Day, 100 Power Statements That Encourage Greatness, one of the things I talk about is being in the right position to reach your full potential. Right? And if we're talking about taking our life and taking our business to the next level, we have to make sure that we are in the right position to reach our full potential. So I said builds, adversity, character, all have meaning, but we want it to have massive meaning. We want those words to maximize their full potential. So in order to do that, let's put those words in the right order. Adversity builds character. Adversity builds character. Now, when we say those words in that order, they provide massive meaning. The adversity that maybe we've been through in our past, the adversity that maybe we're going through in our present, the adversity that we will face in our future, it builds our character. And if we can go into today and every day every day from here on out, knowing that the adversity that we go through, more so grow through, builds our character. If we know that, then we can look at our adversity in a different way. Right? We can know that the trials and tribulations and the things that we face are only here to build our character. I heard a quote a long time ago, and it says, watch your thoughts because they become words. Watch your words because they become actions. Watch your actions because they become habits. Watch your habits because they become your character, and watch your character because it becomes your destiny. So if our character eventually leads to our destiny, If we can look at it through the lens of adversity building character, then we would not only embrace our adversity, but we would also welcome our adversity, knowing that it will build us up into the person and the people that we were truly created to be. So just want to give you that bit of information before we move on to the rest of my presentation. But even if the meeting stopped right now, my hope is that if you could look through this through the lens of adversity building character, you can use that framework for every part of your professional and personal life to get you to where you're trying to go. So today I want to talk about the 4 P's that will propel us forward personally and professionally. The 4 P's that will propel us forward personally and professionally. And I want to start that by just sharing a brief story. As I shared, I'm the husband of one, father of 3, and literally 10 years ago today, I didn't know that the very next day, my life would change forever. 10 years ago today, I didn't know that the very next day that my life would change forever. And when I say that my life would change forever, here's what happened. My purpose expanded. My principles started leading me in a different way. My perspective is shifted, and my passion was reignited. And you all are probably thinking, okay, well, what happened 10 years ago tomorrow? Well, 10 years ago on this day, I was waiting for my beautiful baby girl to be born. And so my beautiful baby girl will be 10 years old as of tomorrow. And that shifted my life. It changed my purpose. It changed my principles. It changed my perspective, and it shifted my passion. And so if I was able to reflect and look back on that type of shift in my life and see how it changed me personally, professionally, I want to encourage you that if we focus on our purpose, our principles, our perspective, and our passion, not only can we grow personally, but we can also grow professionally. So we're going to jump right into it. The first P, as you already written down, purpose, right? And purpose is our why. And I know this is not anything new for you all. Most of this that I'm going to share is probably common sense, but here's what I've learned from a mentor of mine. Common sense, when it meets common practice, it becomes mastery. Common sense, when it meets common practice, becomes mastery. So this information I'm about to share might be common sense to you all, but if you put it into practice every moment, second, minute, hour of every day, every week, every month, every year for the rest of your life, it will become mastery. So purpose, your why. Why are you here? What have you been created for? Why have you been beautifully built? Why have you been creatively crafted? Why have you been deliberately designed and magnificently made? Why? Now, most of us stop there and we look at the overarching theme of our life. But I want to challenge you all this morning to say, what's the purpose for why you do what you do? What's your why for why you serve the people, how you serve them? What's the why for why you serve the people the way that you serve them? What's the why for you even being on this call this morning? What's the why for you even being at that retreat? What's the why for you making ideas into fruition so that they can be executed excellently? What's your why? Right? Because we have to take it from this macro us to every single thing that we do every day. We must be intentional with what we do. My grandfather told me a long time ago, if we're not intentional, then we're irresponsible. There's no black and white. I mean, there's no gray area. It's only black and white. We're either intentional or we're irresponsible. We're intentional with our time or we're irresponsible. We're intentional with our words or we're irresponsible. We're intentional with our actions or we're irresponsible. And so we must make sure that we're intentional about every single thing that we do. But that comes from knowing our why. And that's our purpose. In my book, Dominate Your Day, 100 Empowering Statements That Encourage Greatness, which was my first book that came out in 2017, the 100th statement says, your why is worth knowing. Your why is worth knowing. And I truly believe that our why is worth knowing, because in order for us to be the most effective person that we've been created to be, we must know our why. So my phenomenal, amazing ladies, I want to encourage you to know your why, not just for yourself, but why do you do what you do? Here's the bigger question. Why will you become the person that you truly desire to be? Why? Why will you become the person that you truly desire to be? I want you to think about that question. Why? Is it going to be because my family, my job, the people I serve? Why? and tap into that. The next P, principles. And here's what I love about principles, right? What I know is that when we are led by our principles, when we're led by our principles, let me be specific. Since I'm a professional communicator who communicates effectively, I want to be very specific with my words. Healthy principles, not just any principles, but healthy principles. When we're led by healthy principles, the decisions that we need to make are usually already made for us before the options are presented to us. When we're led by healthy principles, the decisions that we need to make are usually already made for us before the choices are even presented to us. Let me give you an example. At the age of 13, my grandfather, who's my hero, he came to me and he said, "Grandson, from this moment on, in order for you to be the very best you that you were made to be, I need you to be intentional about leaving people, places, and things better than you found them." He said, "I need you to be intentional about leaving people, places, and things better than you found them." That was the principle that my grandfather lived by. He said, and if you can do that, and if you can focus on that and be intentional about that throughout your life, not only will you be better, not only will your world be better, but the world will be better. Leave people, places, and things better than you found them, right? And so let's go back to the statement that I made prior to that. When we live by healthy principles, and if I live by that principle, and or if you try to adopt that principle for yourself, the decisions that we need to make are already made for us before the choices are presented to us. See, it didn't matter who my grandfather encountered, somebody who liked him or didn't like him. He was on a mission to leave that person better than he found them. It didn't matter where my grandfather went. He could go to a church, he could go to a prison. He always wanted to leave that place better than he found it. It didn't matter what possessions my grandfather had. He always wanted to leave what he had better than he found them. So it didn't matter about the decisions that he had to make and the choices that were presented because he was led by healthy principles. And here's a nugget I usually charge, but I'm gonna give it to you all for free this morning. Principles do three things. Principles guide us, they guard us, and they're a gauge for us. They guide us. They keep us on the right direction, on the right path. They guard us. They protect our hearts and our bodies. They gauge us. They help us figure out and evaluate where we need to be based off of where we are now. So they're a guide, a guard, and a gauge. Here's my question to you. What healthy principles are you going to implement or continue implementing in your life? The next P, perspective. And this one is going to be short. Perspective drives performance. I like to say PDP. Perspective drives performance. That simply means how you view what you do will always determine how you do what you do. How you view what you do, your outlook on what you do will always determine how you do what you do. How you all are serving the people that you've been blessed to serve will all come down to how you view that. Is that a priority? If so, then your actions will line up with that. When it comes to your families, are your families a priority? If so, your actions will align with that. Me, I'm passionate about my wife and about being a phenomenal, amazing husband. And so I hold my wife at high value, high priority. So the actions must line up to that. Our perspective drives our performance. How we view what we do will always determine how we do what we do. Here's my question to you. Do you have the right perspective personally? And do you have the right perspective professionally? Because your perspective will drive your performance. The last P, passion. Passion. I'm excited about this word. I'm a passionate person. I get fired up. My grandmother, she told me a long time ago, she said, "Grandson, there's a difference between interests and passions. Interests are something that you do when you have time to do them, and passions are something that you do when there is no time. Like you make time to do what you're passionate about." Let me give y'all a little sneak peek on my life. Today's the day before my daughter's 10th birthday. Usually on this time on a Sunday, I'm either sweeping in the kitchen or I'm mopping before my wife gets up. That's usually what my Sunday is built around. Around this time, I have something inspirational in my ear and I'm sweeping and I'm having a good old time. But guess what? My passion got me on this call with you all this morning. I didn't have time to be on here with you all this morning. I have a lot of stuff to do, but my passion drove me to get on this call with you because it's not an interest. It's not something that I do when I have time to do it. No, I make time to do what I love to do. I'm passionate about it. Here's my question to you. Not just what are you passionate about, But are you bringing your passion to every moment, second, minute, hour of every day? That's the bigger question. Are you bringing your passion everywhere? What are you on fire about? What do you speak with conviction? What are you passionate about? What wakes you up in the morning? What keeps you up at night? Are you bringing that passion to every moment of your day personally? Are you bringing that passion to every moment of your day professionally? See, when businesses call me in to talk to their staff or their executives about building their business, I say, I can't even help you with building business if we don't build your people. And if your people don't have the right purpose, principles, perspective, and passion, then you have no business. What are you passionate about? Let me share with you real brief what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about encouraging greatness with empowering statements. And every single day, my goal is to encourage two people. Sometimes those two people are myself and someone else. And so I want to encourage you to encourage two every single day. Bring your passion to your moments. Bring your passion to your minutes, your seconds, your hours, your days. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to be about it. And I'm going to bring my passion into this moment by encouraging greatness with empowering statements. And I hope that you all are blessed by what I'm about to share. And what I call this are the ABCs of being phenomenal amazing. That's phenomenal and amazing put together. The ABCs of being phenomenal amazing. Let me share it with you. A, awaken your awareness to the opportunities around you. Believe in yourself even when those closest to you doubt you. Create your circle. Discover your gifts. Eliminate excuses that fly past your lips. Face your fears because behind them lies success. Give effortlessly and be sure to give your very best. Hinder hesitation. Go and make that decision. Intimidate insecurities that keep us locked up like prison. Jumpstart your joy. Kill them with kindness. Listen actively to add value, not minus. Maximize the moment, the minute, the second. Neglect negativity with positive thinking as your weapon. Operate in optimism. Pursue your wildest dreams. Question your motives, your circle, your team. Respond well to every situation. Surpass expectations by tapping into your greatness. Talk to yourself, something like Ali. Unlock your potential. First, start with your self-esteem. Visualize your victory. Jordan did it best. Work with what you have, giving perfect effort, nothing less. X-ray your heart on a moment-to-moment basis. Yearn for so much more out of life. Please don't waste it. And now that I've come to the end of my real ABCs, I'm starting to believe that I should have began with the letter Z. Because in order for those 25 letters to take you higher, there's one more thing I'm gonna share with you. Zeal is required. So before I leave you ladies and let you have a phenomenal, amazing day, I want to give you a reminder to remember. Know your purpose. Be led by healthy principles. Shift your perspectives and bring your passion to every single moment, second, minute, hour of every day.
Amen.
With that being said, I want to leave you like I always leave you and encourage you like I always encourage you. Be your best. Forget the rest. Give your perfect effort and nothing less. Your future you will thank you for it. My name is Dwight Taylor Sr., Kia's husband, Dwight, Isaiah, and Halea's father, and I approve this message. Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Hold on. She's just 1 second. She's stopping the recording.
Okay, that's no problem.
Oh, come on.
Are those two different books?
This conference will now be recorded.
Yes.
And I told you our job, I think our job as a group has been bringing in individuals. Oh, well. Okay, that's fine, whatever. So the reason why we wanted to stop it is because we want to be